Hello, today I will be listening to Dynamo by Soda Stereo. I listened to Bocanada by Gustavo Cerati a while back, and many of the comments under that video were suggesting other music of his, of Soda Stereo, and it seemed like the most popular suggestion was Dynamo, so that is what I'll be listening to today. Also, by the way, thank you for the response to that video. I was not expecting it. Now that I've heard the album, I understand why it is so beloved and it makes complete sense, but it's not something that I heard about a ton growing up in Canada, so I wasn't expecting many people to watch the video, but I appreciate it. I was not able to find translated lyrics on Genius like last time, so I found this website, Soda Stereo Rock Hall. Like I said last time, I know that sometimes things get lost in translation. It's probably not going to be completely accurate, but it's the best I can do since I don't speak Spanish. As always, this whole video will be up, uncut, unedited on my Patreon, social media linked below. First track is called Secuencia Inicial.
La secuencia inicial, como ninguno de los dos lo ha advertido.
I'm already into that fuzzy guitar.
Miro atrás y veo la razón. Nunca fuiste una canción.
I do love how, like, hazy it sounds. Very pretty. Yeah, the atmosphere of this is already wild. So hypnotic. Yeah, like all the ambiance gives it such a spacey feel. Yeah, it sounds like something is flying by. Right off the bat, I already feel like I'm bound to love this because some of my favorite music ever is like Cocteau Twins, Slow Dive, Ride, that kind of thing. And this almost kind of sounds like that, but with like an added little burst of energy. Like it's a little bit more lively, which is cool. Sounds incredible. Obviously, I love the effect on the guitar. I think it sounds amazing. I should have checked. When did this come out? 92. Okay. I was left floating like this without touching the ground. Is funny because that's exactly how I feel. Very fitting. I do think I am having kind of a similar experience with these lyrics as I did on Bocanada, where they feel kind of like mysterious, a little bit more abstract. I don't know whether that's the translation, but it does fit with the song because it does kind of feel like I'm in like a dream state and everything is blurry. So I think it makes sense. Anyways, that was a great introduction. Continuing on. Drums. This one definitely feels a bit heavier. That chorus is really catchy, by the way. Yeah, the last song felt so, like, floaty. This one feels like it has a bit more momentum. It's like a little more power behind it. I just get the urge to, like, immediately sing along with that chorus even if I don't know the words. That one was a little funkier. I liked it. I did mention, like, how vague the lyrics kind of feel to me. I do like the vocals, even as just like an instrument in the mix. Like, I do like that human touch in a sound that is so, like, crazy atmospheric. It does seem fitting that this seems to be about movement, seems to be about, like, longing for a change. And yeah, like I said, it's like a little bit more of a grounded sound. It's a little bit more, like, graspable. It's more of like a standard song structure and stuff, but yeah, I do think that chorus is definitely gonna stick with me. Still has that, like, pretty fuzzy background. Let's keep going. Whoa. Speaking of texture, that distortion is wild. I do like how it's called in swirls, because it feels like my brain is swirling. It just feels like I'm, like, surrounded by sound. It's so fucking dense. It's just crazy to me how something so, like, distorted and overwhelming can sound so pretty. It's like my ears are overwhelmed, but I feel so relaxed. I don't know what to say other than that this just sounds incredible. That was disorienting in the best way. I feel like, to me, music like this always kind of feels like when you wake up after a dream and, like, you can't remember the specific details that happened, so it's, like, all hazy and weird in your mind, but you vividly remember how it made you feel. And that's what this kind of sound reminds me of. It's kind of hard to put into words because it's the kind of thing that, like, is just inviting you to space out and get lost in, but I do know that it's beautiful and that it feels oddly peaceful despite how chaotic it kind of is. It felt like I went to like a different dimension or something for that one, as corny as it sounds. All right.
Fluorescente azul, luz que baña mis sentidos, donde todo empiece a ser real. Siempre vuelve a dar nuevas chances.
This feels different.
Más, y la espero. Primavera cero. Primavera cero. El avión se va, recuerdos del futuro juntos.
Is this one of the more popular ones? Okay, it does have like a popularity mark. This sounds vaguely familiar to me. I think I might have heard this before. Yeah, love how that instrumental goes off there. It's nice to have a bit more focus on the vocals. I feel like you can like hear the passion more clearly. Another one that's like a bit more immediately catchy, feels like it's the kind of thing you just want to like scream along to. Kind of feels like we're like alternating back and forth between like more kind of catchy direct songs and more like experimental strange ones. It's the kind of song that you just want to like play on full blast. I love how powerful it is, and I'm assuming some people are going to know what I mean when I say this. This sounds like car music to me, if that makes sense. Like, it's the kind of thing that I just want to, like, speed down the road to, especially, like, at night. I don't know. It just feels like that kind of album so far. Kind of feels like he's, like, looking for a fresh start, which I guess makes sense, because spring equals renewal. Anyways, cool. The opening of this sounds like the song Greatest Hits by Jockstrap. That's immediately what I got. Okay, groovy. This is cool. Another one that feels really mesmerizing. Like, all these songs are so lush. It's just so much for my ears to take in. But I love it. The bass on this album is great. I love how much it's like driving the songs. another guitar solo. Yeah, a little bit more of like a dancey feeling on that one. I do like that combination of like the rock sound with more of like an electronic sound. I thought that one was really cool. Yeah, like interesting stuff going on in the background, like the sample of a woman's voice and everything being repeated. For some reason, like I did mention Greatest Hits by Jockstrap. That's what that sample of the woman's voice reminded me of. But also specifically the way the song started reminded me of Pitch the Baby by Cocteau Twins, just like the way it dropped in for some reason. Interesting song, super ethereal, super groovy. Really enjoyed it. I lied to you and you let me do it, but nevertheless, I'm never going to trick you. Slower, spacier feel. Very nice. So soothing. I don't know exactly what he's talking about, but I feel the yearning. Funny because I keep getting like slight hints of Radiohead, and then I have to remind myself that Radiohead wasn't a thing yet. Outro on this one. He's squealing. All right. I don't say this lightly because it is hard to pick, but I do think that one might have been my favorite so far. It's got that like cinematic sound where it makes it feel like everything is in slow motion. It's got that like underwater feeling that I mentioned earlier. There's still something that like feels really warm and cozy in it. Like I want to live in that song. It's dangerous and it makes you mortal. Very cool, mysterious vibe to it. Felt like I was like being lured in. Very much feels like a nighttime album to me, which is not surprising after Bocanada. Percussion. Different vibe on this one as well. so relaxing. It is a really unique song, having like this sort of instrumental on more of a shoegazy album. It's interesting. I didn't think I'd be listening to sitar again today. Seems to have been a theme on the channel lately. It really does melt time away. And like, I can't tell if it's been a minute or an hour. What a unique kind of song. What a little vacation of a song. I feel so refreshed after that. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to describe it, because I do think that, like, especially with that song, you kind of just have to like sit back and go with the flow. But it was very peaceful, felt like a breath of fresh air, a very interesting combination of sounds going on. So that one was very cool. Feels so intense after the last song. This one feels like a little bit clunkier in a cool way. I do like how energetic it feels. I feel like most shoegaze doesn't make me want to move like this does. This little burst of noise. That's a sticky chorus as well. Yeah, bit of a heavier one. I do feel like, despite how well this album flows, each of the songs do kind of feel like they're doing something distinctly different. Like, they do all feel pretty unique in their own way, which is cool. I can already guarantee that I'm going to be listening to this album a ton. Like, this is 100% the kind of music that I gravitate towards in my free time. And I feel like even if this album does kind of remind me of others, many of my favorites, I do think that it has kind of a unique vibe. start off with.
Bajo esta piel que estoy mudando.
Yeah, like speaking of wanting to move, that bass.
Con el sol de abril y sin saber por qué estoy sudando en nuestra fe que no para de crecer.
Yeah, like that repetitive beat. It's just making me want to zone out.
Tengo aquí el cristal.
It's one of those albums that's weird to film a reaction for. It's like, what is there to say other than like, damn, this sounds amazing. Yeah, it's so hypnotic. The way it's building. Oh, that's pretty. The guitar. Yeah, there's like a weird psychedelic feeling to this one. I feel like I'm high a little bit.
Que no para de crecer. Ya no para de crecer.
That one reminded me a little bit of Sweet Sahumerio. Sorry. In the sense that it's kind of like a song that you just have to like follow along with and go along with. And yeah, there's something so addictive about like having that repetition throughout and like having everything unfold on top of that beat. It is one of those songs that like could go on for an hour and I'd be okay with it. I could just like zone out to that forever. I felt like I had been tranquilized. Alright, I already know that this is an album that I'm going to be re-listening to and like finding new little details for a long time. Because like all the details, all the layers, it's like a lot to take in on first listen.
Cuando río de placer y me quedo solo suspirando formas de humor. Las cenizas vuelan en un claroscuro y me nublan. Paso la frontera del dolor.
I do really love the way this album combines this kind of atmosphere with like more of a dancey kind of feel. It works so well together.
Dulce criatura, nunca estás segura. Ya no tengas dudas, soy tan dependiente de tu amor.
I feel like my feet have not touched the ground this whole video. I feel like I've just been like in the air this whole time. I can kind of see why this was the suggestion after Bocanada, because even though they are quite different, I do feel like they both have that like hazy, dreamy kind of atmosphere, but they are quite distinctly different. And I do only know one Soda Stereo song outside of this album, so I am interested in diving deeper into their music because that song sounds completely different than anything on this album. So I do want to hear like more of what they can do because it seems like there's quite a lot of ground covered here.
He llegado hasta el fin, con los brazos cansados. Tantas veces te vi, simulando un olvido.
Is it wild if I say like kind of a Beatlesy kind of feel?
Con tu miel venenosa, y eso pasó.
Sounds so minimal in comparison to everything else.
Fue
But like the yearning in it. The trumpet. God, this one is nice.
suaves telas sobre el piso.
Yeah. It's got that like haunting kind of sound, which really works with like looking back on a memory, not being able to go back. Yeah. This one is like especially beautiful to me. I feel like that one is a real standout on the album in the sense that like many of these songs feel kind of like surreal and hard to pin down, whereas this one felt a lot more direct emotionally. Like that's the one that like tugged on my heartstrings the most, I would say. Sonically, like you can feel that sad sort of longing in it. And yeah, just like it still feels so good to listen to. Like it's just so like airy and pretty. And I am curious where we're going for the final track because that felt like it could have been like the perfect closer. But yeah, for some reason, like the sound or like the feeling of listening to that reminded me of like Something by the Beatles, which, you know, huge compliment, obviously. More of an upbeat closer. That's cool. Yeah, to state the obvious, the sound of the guitars on this album is crazy. Yeah, a bit of a pick-me-up at the end. That's fun. The drums coming back. Okay, more of like a straightforward rocker at the end. Felt very lively. Very much different to Balsa, because that felt like such like a come down after everything. This one felt a bit more of like a burst of energy to leave with. And yeah, I now have a new album to obsess over. So that is great. I do like how this album kind of walks a fine line between like rockiness and heaviness and more of like that pretty dreamy kind of feel. I feel like I got like a good amount of both, and I think it's great that they accomplished both of those vibes in one album. Like I have been saying, it is kind of hard to describe this album at times because I do feel like you have to really let yourself like sink into it and like feel it. But I do think that the mood of this was really special, and I am excited to spend more time with it because like all the layers and textures and like details and everything were such a treat. And I obviously didn't get to pick up on all of it on first listen, but I thought it sounded gorgeous. I did go into this with like kind of high expectations because of how much praise you guys were giving it in my comments. And I feel like it met those expectations. So that is really exciting. Let me open up the Spanish track list. I am going to butcher these pronunciations. I am sorry in advance. Toma la ruta felt like one of the most like immediately graspable songs to me. I remember en remolinos sounding insane in the best way, and I do think that Luna Roja was probably my favorite on first listen. I thought Fue was beautiful as well. So yeah, feel free to let me know what you think about the album, what your favorite tracks are. Would love to hear your thoughts. As always, this whole video is up uncut, unedited on my Patreon. Let me know if I'm going to continue on with this journey, what I should listen to next. That would be very helpful to know as well. If there's any other musicians you'd like me to check out on the channel, suggestions are very helpful. I will hopefully see you next time for whatever I listen to next. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.